Hello beautiful souls, welcome to your full moon in Virgo report. I am doing a full moon in Virgo report today. I'm Hem from Self-Love Self-Care System, and here on this channel you know I do full moon, new moon reports. I also do daily tarot readings for you, so if you're new, do subscribe. We'd love to have you on board. Now let's get into this full moon in Virgo report. As the full moon rises in Virgo at 12 degrees and 54 minutes on March the 3rd, which is also the 3-3 gateway, we're tipped into a magical light journey. Just this little silvery light spilling across the sky, touching every shadow within us. This is no ordinary illumination. It is the lunar eclipse, a celestial doorway, urging us to release what has long been held captive. The moon leans close to the south node in Virgo, whispering of old patterns, habits, and memories that no longer serve our growth. It asks gently yet insistently for letting go, for leaving behind perfectionism, overthinking, and burdens that we have carried for too long. Across the skies, the moon's light finds a soft, expansive resonance with Jupiter in Cancer, the great healer and nurturer. There is a promise here as we release, the heart opens, and what has once been heavy may transform into comfort, abundance, and emotional clarity. Family, home, and personal sanctuary are touched by this expansive grace, reminding us to trust and let go of those things that maybe are a little bit difficult for us to hold on to, so that we can allow something larger to enter. But the story grows more intricate as the moon meets its opposite. The Sun and Mercury in Pisces are both retrograde. A cosmic dance unfolds, a tension between what is practical and what is ethereal. Between the call of responsibility and the pull of intuition, Mercury whispers of past missed communications, while the Sun illuminates our dreams and spiritual longings. With Jupiter's blessing, these celestial conversations offer the opportunity to integrate lessons and see the truths hidden beneath emotion. Uranus stirs from Taurus, sparkling sudden jolts, unexpected awakenings of the thrilling energy of liberation. It's squared to Mars in Pisces, and it's urging action that feels both instinctive and revolutionary. Yet Neptune's gentle sextile with Mars and Venus brings us a sacred channel for inspired, compassionate action. It's a way to act without forcing, to flow rather than fighting. Saturn and Pluto, in their quiet yet powerful alignments, lend a deeply stabilizing hand, offering us structure to transformation, a guiding force in a deep sea of change. And at the heart of it all is the North Node meeting Mars in Pisces, a luminous pointer towards our soul's true path, urging courage, compassion, and heartfelt action. There is a call to align your will with your highest purpose, to move beyond fear, hesitation, and doubt into something more expansive, more aligned, and more truly you. So as we set upon this amazing energy with the 3-3 gateway during Mercury retrograde, this eclipse carries a sacred invitation to review, to reflect, to release, and to reimagine. It asks us to see the echoes of the past, perhaps from 1980, 1988 or 2007, so we may heal old wounds and step into a rhythm. Those with planets or points between 7 and 17 degrees of Virgo or Pisces will feel these energies most vividly, as if the universe is gently shaking the foundations, so you may prepare something new, brighter in structure. This is the magic of the Virgo Pisces eclipse, all to balance practicality with intuition, structure with surrender, self-discipline with soulful trust. The moon's silvery light may reveal truths long buried. And in that illumination, we're given the rare gift of transformation. The eclipse energy, themes and effects. Eclipses often mirror energies from the past. So I already mentioned the dates of 1980, 1988 and 2007. So some of you may not have been around at some of those dates, but that's okay. Look back at the 2007 one. Look at the major Virgo Pisces shifts in health, routines or spiritual awareness. Old lessons may resurface. Something you dealt with around that time may need closure, or it may need transformation now. So what's being urged within you right now with this full moon in Virgo? I would say you need to look at perfectionism, guilt, or any kind of over-responsibility. Also let go of any unhelpful habits you may have or work patterns that don't actually work for you. Trust your intuition and your spiritual guidance. And balance practical needs of Virgo with the emotional and spiritual insights of Pisces. Pay attention to your inner guidance, your dreams, and your synchronicities. Now I'm going to get a card now, a card from the Star Codes Astro Oracle. I'm going to get one card, and we're going to ask the question, what does this full moon want to bring you? So what does this full moon want to bring you? So we've got the second house, resources. This full moon wants to bring you some resources. It wants to give you the energetic vibration of something else so that you can actually see what you've got within your structure, within your energy, within your focus. But let's have a look at what the card says as well, because these are very interesting readings. So I'm going to just get the card for you to read. So bear with me. We've got second house resources, and we're being told that if your chart or village map, the second house is where you hold your bank, your museum, your warehouses. It symbolises the things you value, such as your body and your relationship to the material world. This house also describes the phase of infancy, where you're just discovering that your body, toes and fingers, and that you can taste and smell. Now, this card's asking you to explore how you feel about money, and really understand your body and your possessions and the things that you're drawn to. Also to look at your discomfort around your desires, and to approach anything avoidance, conflict around the material world that makes it hard for you to focus your efforts. You may be sending out mixed messages into the universe, because it won't know how to help you if you don't understand what's going on with you. So this house asks you to build a clear and congruent message about your relationship to your resources, and that you can stand behind with integrity. Matter is your sacred vessel for spirit to explore your attitudes towards your own body and sensuality. Look for the place of balance where you honour and respect your physical form, as well as the importance of the soul that inhabits it. Invest your energy to what you value. Okay, so this is just asking you to clean up, maybe paying the bills, doing the practical things. This is very mundane and it's very Virgo, right? And it's just to align yourself with your surroundings, integrate your bounty, come up clear with a message you can radiate out so you can live your life in that kind of harmony. Your challenge may be that you won't see all there's out there, or you may be looking for emotional or spiritual satisfaction from your things, right? But they're not, and they may never really feel like they're enough, but that's okay, because you're going to understand how to bring that into space, into understanding what it means and having some kind of organization, right? Then the gift is your skills, your resources and your interests can all be sacred if you make them an offering of your intention and engage your work for the benefit of all people. So there's something very powerful in that. Now let's look at how we want to work with this eclipse energy. So this eclipse energy asks you to work on a few things, and I've already mentioned them, but I want to mention them in a bit of a deeper way, so it gives you some kind of tips and tools about what to do. So I would reflect and release by journaling or ritualing to identify what no longer serves you, especially old habits, relationships, or any emotional baggage that you may be carrying. The next thing I would ask you to do is look at your health and your self-care. Check all your daily routines, your diet, your exercise, your mental health practices. Virgo energy loves tidy systems that support well-being. Then you would look closely into your intuition and your dreams. Keep a journal, maybe a dream journal. Meditate or do creative work. Pisces influence, which is where the sun is, influences encourage deep intuitive insights. And then reassess those past themes we already mentioned. So think back to the March of 1988 and 2007 and any Virgo Pisces patterns you experienced. Unresolved issues may resurface for a deep resolution. I will also check into the 3-3 gateway. Use the 3-3 numerology as a portal for alignment and manifestation, particularly around communication, heart-centered action, and spiritual growth. Remember, there's a sense of community, my darlings, creativity in the energy and the number of 3, and you're also asked to tune into some kind of love in action. And the final thing I would suggest is looking at a strategy for Mercury retrograde. Avoid impulsive decisions. Instead, review, revise, and reflect what you are doing. Now, I'm doing something a little bit different today to what I normally do. I'm doing an astrological reading as well about how the eclipse will affect all the zodiac signs. So I'm going to do these, and then at the end we will have some cards. Okay. I do want to talk about who will be most affected. We already did say it was 7 and 17, between 7 and 17 degrees of Virgo and Pisces. But it also includes your Sun, your Moon, your Mercury, your Venus, your Mars, or important angles like your Ascendant or your Medium Coli. You may experience culminations, revelations, or endings in your personal work or your spiritual life. Now I'm going to go into the star signs, which is something new, but I decided I'd start doing these. Not always, but sometimes you'll be getting star signs in your moon reports. So today let's have a look at how this eclipse will affect the zodiac. So let's first go to Aries. Aries, my dear lovely Aries, the focus is deeply on your spiritual path, hidden habits, and your emotional growth. Let go of perfectionism in routines. Small adjustments now will pay off in big ways in the future. Now for lovely Taurus, my dears, your relationships and partnerships may be illuminated. Release control issues or patterns of over-dependence and allow deeper emotional intimacy to grow. Now my lovely Geminis, are you ready for hearing what this energy is bringing for you? How it may affect you this eclipse season. Health, work, and daily routines deeply come into focus for you, Gemini. Consider revising your habits that no longer serve you and nurture your body and mind with deep practical changes. Now, my lovelies, if you are Cancerian, think creativity, romance, and personal joy highlighted. Jupiter's touch encourages you to expand your heart, release any old fears around love or self-expression. And now we move on to the heart center of the zodiac, Leo, my dears. Leo, lovely Leo, home, family, and emotional security is really taking center stage for you right now. Address lingering family patterns or any emotional baggage that you're carrying. And it would really do you well to create a foundation of care and harmony that assists you with this. And now we move into the star sign, which is the full moon star sign. Virgo, it is your moon, my lovelies. This is your powerful personal eclipse. Old habits, perfectionist tendencies, and emotional patterns are illuminated for release. Step into clarity, self-compassion, and practical transformation. This will really assist you in this full moon, your own full moon, which is going to be calling on you to make some changes. And now we move into the lovely Libra, the lovely, amazing Libra. If you're a Libra, in communication, learning, and mindset shifts are highlighted. Let go of mental clutter or unresolved thoughts from the past. Insights can now guide your next steps. And then we move to the dark depths, the mysterious depths of Scorpio. Scorpio finances, values, and self-worth may shift. Release scarcity thinking or old financial patterns, opening space for abundance and a real huge degree of practical empowerment. And now we shift our focus to Sagittarius, the Centaur. Shared resources, intimacy, or deep emotional connections are your deep focus right now. Transformative emotional work can lead to liberation and a sense of deeper trust. And we move swiftly and gently to Capricorn. Capricorn, this beautiful eclipse is asking you to look at your spiritual growth, your dreams, and all of your inner guidance is now also illuminated. Let go of rigid expectations, trust your intuition, and surrender to the flow of life. Now, those of you who have Aquarius as your star sign, look deeply at friendships, your networks, and your social patterns, because they may be evolving right now, and that may be something you need to be paying deep attention to. Release relationships that drain you and embrace those that nourish your soul and your vision. And last but definitely, most definitely not least, Pisces, the beautiful Pisces. Career, public life and ambitions come under the eclipse light. Past professional patterns may end, making room for inspired, soul-aligned action. So there you go, my beautiful souls. I'm going to do a card for you now, just looking into the energetic vibration of this full moon for the star signs. This is just going to be a reading for everybody, a global reading. So angels, can you give me a next step for all the star signs, for everybody? A next step card. What is the step everyone needs to take right now as they move forward? So you've got Sagittarius with expand. Expansion is being called in, my lovelies. Angels, are we going to channel in, or do you want me to read the reading? They want me to read the reading from the book. Let's have a look what we've got. Let's have a look at your action for this card. So it is Sagittarius with expand. Action. Sagittarius has two imperatives: expand your perspective and humbly speak your truth. So let your perspective become versatile, flexible and curious. Travel in the body or in the mind and explore a larger philosophical, environmental or metaphysical context for this situation, for this moon, basically, okay? Imagine you're on a mountaintop. Look down at your life from 1,000 feet up. Now take a further look. Look like the astronauts do, who look down on our spinning green and blue globe, and see no borders between countries. You are a global citizen. Change your life to reflect this reality. Here's what you're being asked to do. You're being asked to speak your truth. Remember the fairy tale, The Emperor's New Clothes. It's a pair of con artists arrive at the emperor's court claiming to make beautiful garments. They say their creations are only visible to people of quality. Incompetent people can't see the clothes. No one in the emperor's court wants to admit they can't see the supposedly intricate garments, and the emperor wears his new clothes on parade. Only one honest Sagittarian style boy speaks up without rancor. He states the obvious: the emperor is naked, it breaks the spell. So you're being asked now, what spell do you need to break up and speak up about? This, remember, is your action. This is what you're being asked to do. Didn't pay enough attention? Then check it back out. There may be a little bit of challenge because you may need to see something to say it, but be careful of timing and be honest, not mean, and make sure what you're saying is kind and definitely necessary. What a beautiful reading for what you need to do next. I love that for you guys. That's really amazing. I will be posting these in the community. I won't be putting them on the report today. This eclipse is a cosmic invitation to balance the practical and mystical, the structured and the fluid, the past and the potential. By embracing its energy, you can shed old patterns, step into clarity, and align with your highest path, all under the silvery illumination of the Virgo moon. Isn't that beautiful? Isn't that beautiful? This full moon lunar eclipse in Virgo is a powerful call to cleanse, release, and realign your practical and spiritual life. It is balancing the acts between Virgo's order and Piscean surrender. With Jupiter, Uranus and Neptune all influencing the mix, opportunities for healing, insight and transformation abound. But only if you're willing to face your old patterns, adjust your routines and act with mindful compassion. Do note that if you are a little bit sensitive to the Virgo Pisces degrees, you may feel that sense of emotional culmination, a spiritual nudge, or a practical breakthrough. There you go, my amazing souls. That is your report for the Virgo full moon. Have a beautiful full moon. Do take time to do the things that you need to do, because if we use the 2 weeks wisely, we can make deep changes in our lives. Namaste, everyone. Have a gorgeous, gorgeous full moon in Virgo. Take care of yourselves, and I will speak to you really soon. Love you all. Take care. Bye, everyone. Love. Bye.